Body count is one of the funniest conversations alive because you could just lie about that shit. As a woman, you don't have to actually tell them. Like, even if you didn't keep the lips down here shut, you can keep the lips up here shut. And I'm just telling you as a fact. Do not tell them anything. Because, no offense, the pussy is going to look, act, and grip the same as if you've been with 3 people, as if you've been with 36 or 300. The only way that someone can be like, oh, you've had sex with a lot of people is if you've had some sort of like. Actually, no, they can't tell. The only way I could think of is if you had some sort of like sexual trauma or stretching happen down there, but even then you can easily say, oh, the third guy was a big one. Body count is a stupid conversation, because I remember being a virgin at 17 and I had this man being like, oh, so out of curiosity, how many people have you been with? And I told him already, it's like, I'm a virgin, I haven't had sex with anyone, like my hymen is still fully intact, I couldn't have sex with someone even if I tried, because I had a fucking steel wall down there. He was like, oh, but, like, how many people have you done, like, other stuff with? Like, heavy petting, or, like, hand jobs, or, like, boob stuff. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then, like, I don't know if I want to, like, it doesn't matter. He was like, tell me. And I was like, okay, like, 7 people. And then he was like, huh. Wow. And then, like, all it really is for them to try to attempt making some sort of, like, stronghold or like have some sort of power and control over you. That's all it is. They just want to have the opportunity to make you feel like you're such a massive slut. But it didn't make me want to fuck him. All it did was make me go, dude, so you mean to tell me just because there's like 7 dudes over the course between like, what, 4 years? That's like 1 dude or like 1 to 2 dudes a year who know what my tits look like and have put their mouth on it. Suddenly I'm undesirable, despite you very clearly trying to take me on this date. I should have made him pay for my food, but that's a different story. He still tried to pressure me for sex otherwise, as if I wanted to have sex in his Mini Cooper, and like, why the fuck would I do that? He really thought I was gonna be down to have sex with him in his Mini Cooper in the woods, and I just told him straight up, no, let's go on some more dates or something. But yeah, I'm not down for it. And then guess what? He tried to do the whole guilt-tripping power struggle shit again. Because that's all they want. They just want to make you feel bad so that then they'll make you feel like you're undesirable and then they can make you do what you fucking want. And then he tried to be all, oh, well, I drove a long way out here. And I put in so much, I drove like 2 hours. So, and he kept leaning in close to me. So I just simply left his fucking car and slammed the door in his face. And then he started screaming. It was funny. And then I ran down the block because, hey, men can be dangerous, and I was not trying to be stuck in an isolated neighborhood with that nigga. There's a lot of really, really fucking stupid yet clever ways that men can learn how to manipulate women, and same for the reverse. Trust me, manipulation comes in all shapes, sizes, and forms. I will just say body count should not be one of them. Even though I have my opinion on men who have a lot of sex, I do, but that's because I'm a bitch, and I'm manipulative. I'm honest about that, so take my word for it. I'm being very honest here. The only way I could think of it being a concern is if you were in a small town and it's like if it's a small town of like 70 people and then sadly she's been with 69 people and then all of them are from that town. That's the only reason I could consider being like, But even then, boo-hoo, you got yourself a bad bitch and the whole world knows how good her pussy is. The whole small town in Georgia knows how good her pussy is. I'm totally fine with that. Also, like, people really don't like when women have sex in general, despite, like, and it's so fucking stupid. Are we in the dark fucking ages? It seems so, because people don't like the idea of women having orgasms or any form of fun. A woman can't even get online and say, oh my god, look, my frappuccino matches my outfit. I'm such a cute little oat milk girly, without someone being like, fuck you, die, cunt. Like, the world is not very nice to women. You could have a harmless hobby or a very out there one. Or just no hobbies, and they will find a way to shit on every single woman, no matter what category she fits into. So I'm personally very pro. If a bitch wants to nut, she can nut. If a lady wants to have an orgasm and have her toes curl with a bunch of strangers, safely, get tested, wear condoms, or unsafely, like, dangerous, like choking, beatings, consensual beatings and stuff, then go ahead. The world is your oyster. And I think that's how it should be. Plus, it's usually the niggas who can't even remember how many people they've had sex with. Always concerned over body counts, or the men who have never had sex a single day in their fucking lives. I'd say you don't really have to trip over that. I'll say from experience, it's not good to be sexually reckless. Like, I'm very lucky that things went well for me. But I'll put it this way. None of this shit really matters, because it's like, as long as the person does not have trauma and the person is tested, then you're all good. And I'm talking about trauma that would, like, really fuck you up. Everyone has some trauma. But I'm talking like if they're, like, super defensive of you or always think you're out to get them. Which, If no offense, I kind of get it. Like, the world's not a great place. I'm never gonna really hold that too much against somebody, but there's a limit for everything. If someone wanted to get into like moral reasons, like, oh, someone with a higher body count, they just see people as disposable. I get that. But at the same time, no, there are people out there like me, for example, who actually just thought, oh yes, I see good love and faith in everybody, and I'm going to, like, you get into, you have a date with someone in a relationship, a month in, it's like, oh, this person was a piece of shit. Things went wrong. Opened my legs a little bit too soon, but fuck it, I had good sex. And then you move on. No offense, you can easily get some numbers that way. It could happen to anybody. You could just simply have a phase or anything where you're just like, I feel, or hell, you could just simply sadly date the wrong people. And no offense, there's a lot of wrong people on the planet. Like, no offense, there's a reason people say that soulmates are hard to get. Like, it takes a whole lot of perseverance to get through it, and by perseverance, I mean also a whole lot of dick. And a whole lot of pussy. And a whole lot of trauma. So no one's gonna find their, like, perfect match immediately. Sometimes you'll have sex with a man, you'll date him for, like, half a year, and then it's like, oh, shit. Never mind, he's a total narcissist. Do you know how many people I've dated, and then a few months in, they start to reveal that they're racist, or transphobic, or that they're totally fine with adults fucking minors? Or worse? Like, there are men out there who literally put on a facade as thick as possible, even in situations where it's just flings, so that they can get women emotionally trapped in, so that it makes it harder to leave, and so that they can just get sex, or a certain type of sex, or consistent sex. There's vicious, awful people on this planet, and I don't know, no offense, I wouldn't be shocked if the same dudes who were tripping over body count and trying to make women feel bad for it were the same dudes being the most manipulative, non-communicative pieces of shit ever. Overall, congratulations. It's usually, if there were a Venn diagram between those sorts of people, it would just be a fucking circle, because they're the exact same type of people. So if a man asks you shit like, oh, what's your body count? Then you don't have to fucking tell him. Just say, I'm not answering that question. And he can decide if he's disgusted with you or not. He can assume what he wants. You could be a virgin, or you could have 306,035,000 people that you fucked. He doesn't know, because most likely you should not be fucking him, and hopefully will not be. Thank you.